Shalom. Let us start out by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kagadash, double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone. Citation to the Ophilit, this pushing the truth across Focus on True Sayer Charity. That's the brother I'm one about from the Burning Camp, Alabama GMS. That one just sitting just going to about this article I found on the New York Times going to about the about the stock markets, about the stock market that, in August, going to a comparison about how it is now, like what comparison does it has to what it's going towards right now, how the economy is going, the stock market. So I'm just gonna get into it. The New York Times, it's another rocky August in the markets. Does it look like 1998 or 2007? So I'm getting into it. When the global financial system wobbles, it always seems to happen in August. Maybe it's because so many traders are on vacation, making for less liquid markets and wilder swings. Maybe it's just coincidence, but some of the most turbulent events in financial markets in recent times have arrived in late summer, including the August of 1989, 1998, 2007, 2011, and 2015. And it is again in 2019 as a trade and currency war between the United States and China, whereas a slowing European economy and geopolitical strains worldwide has sent markets spinning. The pattern continued with a steep global sell-off Monday. To make sense of this latest turbulence and what it pretends for the global economy, two past episodes of August volatility are particularly worth studying. In fact, the outlook for the economy is 2020 depends in large part on which historic moment provides to be the better comparison, August 1998 or 2007. In both years, there were problems similar to, though not exactly like those affecting the global economy markets today. But in 1999, the U.S. economy ultimately continued booming, where the events of 2007 led straight into the deepest recession in modern times. So, yeah, it's already going to like which year is a comparison to how the economy is going to move forward. It's going to be where things going to, gonna move forward booming. America's kind of going to get back booming, or is it going to be like 2007 where things going to go down? It's going to make a downward spiral, which by the looks of it, it's finna go down. This economy is failing. This system is failing, man. It's finna head into the worst crash and the worst recession, in the history of America going forward, man. It ain't gonna be no returning of a booming economy. I'm gonna get to the scripture about that. It goes into that. So I'm gonna start over right here. August 1998, an emerging market crisis. What happened? Says several Eastern Asian nations have been in a financial crisis for about a year, but in August 1998, a full-blown crisis in debt of emerging nations enveloped global markets. So I'm trying to like just kind of sum this up. Let's go to this part. It said the United States economy was in the midst of a boom at the time. The unemployment rate was 4.5% in August 1998, but American policymakers worried that the international turbulence would tighten the flow of credit in the United States and put expansion at risk. Let me just go a step further and point out the one thing that I found particularly bothersome is that this element of disengagement, fear, uncertainty, and the like is really pervasive around the world. It is occurring in the same time frame, said Alan Greenspan, the Fed chairman at the time, on a confidential conference call with the Central Bank's Policy Committee in September 1998. So from there, see, trying to get to the point. Well, let's get to the point. The results. It turned out he was too pessimistic. The United States economy grew a stunning 4.8% in 1999. The jobs rate kept falling. The emerging markets panic subsided, and the combination and the combination of the dot-com boom and the Fed's rate cuts turbocharged the stock market. If anything, the economy might have been running too hot in 1909 in the sense that the eventual pop of the stock market bubble and resulting drop in corporate investment in 2001 causing a recession, a mild one. It was just a mild one, 2001. But that wouldn't lead to wouldn't have happened that September 11th tax happened in that year. But it was just a mild recession, wasn't nothing big. But it said that this the difference. But the difference about the difference in 1998 market and this one 2019 is, but there are important differences too. Trade tensions are at the core of the current bout of volatility and of volatility. Hope I'm saying it right. In this case, policies in the United States are driving the uncertainty. Witness the Trump administration plans to apply additional tariffs on China on September 1st and is declaring the country a currency manipulator last week. Additionally, the economic damage in the United States in 1980 was limited not only thanks to Fed's action, but also because the real crisis was taking place far away and blah, blah, blah. See, so from now go to August 2007 and go into, let's say, what happened throughout 2007. More and more American homeowners were defaulting on their home mortgages. As a result, these supposedly safe security backed by these mortgages, especially supreme mortgages, were failing in value. So, they was going to the housing bubble. I'm just trying to sum this up. I won't read all this right here. Let's see. I just read this part and go, a dangerous cycle was taking hold. A slowing housing market in the United States was causing a slowing down in the economy and losses in the financial system around the world. The breakdown in the financial system in turn was tightening the availability of credit, which made the housing situation worse. The European bank system was freezing up, and on August 9th, the European Central Bank injected 95 billion euros to try to ensure the free flow of money and avoid credit crunch. So yeah, that was happening on August 9th. The European Bank was freezing up at the time. But reading on, by September, the Fed was cutting interest rates in hopes of preventing a recession. The government ultimately engineered a series of huge bailouts of the financial sector, but the vicious cycle was too powerful. The United States entered into a recession in December 2007, and the downturn became severe in fall 2008 after the collapse of the Lehman Brothers. So as a result, the global financial crisis was transformative event inflicting enormous pain on billions of people, undermining the credibility of central politics and elite institutions worldwide. And it says, I'm reading on, this time still American Moore said that the problems are rooted in rapidly escalating trade war between the United States and China and long-term problems in Europe. Those forces are combining to drag down global growth, commodity prices, putting a damper on investment spending by American companies. Despite a general solid economy, bond markets are increasingly pricing in lower growth, inflation in the years ahead, and more rates cuts from the Feds are expected, suggesting investors believe that a meaningful downturn is on the way and recession is a significant risk. So really, if you look at the comparison now, it's not of 1998. It's of 2007, and it's gonna be the worst crash ever. It's gonna be the last crash to happen. It's gonna be the worst crash that happened in American history, worse than the Great Depression, the first one that happened. So I'm just gonna get into it. The scripture is going to about this being the crashes, but it come up gonna be the crashes, all crashes, and it's gonna lead to all our chaos in this in these streets. And what's going on in Hong Kong is what's gonna happen in America. People out there are fed up what's going on with the government doing so forth, whether it be the economy, whatever situation it is. I forgot, but it might be the economy, whatever. But people are going losing it. They fighting the police, and now. Well, I seen a video and I read an article that had declared martial law in China. So they got China troops, martial law troops in China. So the times we're going in, it's not gonna get better. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse for the world, different parts of the world, and America. Mainly here in America. So I'm getting to it. This Zephaniah 1:10, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate and a howling from the second. Hello, let me read that again, slow down. Read again, Zephaniah 1:10, and it shall come to pass in the day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate. That was the first crash, the Great Depression, it happened in 1929, and a howling from the second, it happened in 2007, 2008. And a great crashing from the hills, which is upcoming. The great crashing of the hills, to start the market, the Wall Street, the markets are finna go down. It's not gonna be a, turning back, a booming, like they were trying to make the comparison, which comparison we heading forward to with the economy, and not gonna be a 1998 was gonna be a boom, it's gonna happen with the economy. No, there's gonna be a boom of it going down for good. America is heading for a downturn, about to be done with. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Shai finna take this place out, and it won't be too long. All hell breaking loose. The times of Jacob's trouble, the times of tribulation. We heading to those times, man. And where this dollar's gonna be no more, they're gonna try to implement their mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. Which I think that's was that Sweden? I think it was Sweden, is the first country to go cashless. And then Australia is next and so forth. So that's the plan, man. The new world order finna put out here. They finna crash this dollar, finna crash this economy, and eventually bring in what they want to bring in is RFID chip to chip people. And it's gonna be a resistance. Like I said, all our chaos gonna have it out here, man. Gonna be a lot of killing, a lot of dead bodies out here, man. A lot of killing, a lot of just people trying to survive out here, man. That's what we're coming into, man. It's gonna be real ugly out here soon. So next verse, Zephaniah 1:11, how you inhabitants of my chest, for all the merchant people are cut down, and then their best silver are cut off. And the inhabitants of my chest is I forgot to look up, but I know it's back when they was doing the I forgot Westslovakia. I don't want to quote it wrong, but if you look it up, it's this that same old situation where there was buying, selling, and stuff like that. And fast forward to now, Lord, that fell at that time. During that time of my test, if you look it up, and it's the same thing that's gonna happen here in America, the stock market war in Wall Street, where people are trading off, trading, the stock market, so forth, and silver, gold, whatever it may be, and it's gonna be the Lord finna cut it off soon, man, and it's gonna be no more of that, man. The Lord finna bring this place down for good. So in this verse, so yeah, so that's it. That scriptures I bought, the two scriptures I got, those two scriptures I bought out about the upcoming crash, according to the Bible, man. I went to by how the first one where it said the cry in the fish gate was the Great Depression. Second one was 2007, 2008, and the great crash in the come is the upcoming one that's that's gonna happen soon. Whether it be this year going forward, 2020. Whenever it happens, it's gonna happen. So the great crashing is coming. The third crashing, which is gonna be the end, the last crash, and there's gonna be no return. Just like the World War III. Like we in the midst of World War III, we we heading to the times of war and the end of America, the end of the so-called white man rulership, man. And Yahushua gonna return, in the chariots, which I call UFOs, and he's gonna show his power and bring, a lot of great death, with those chariots and ultimately the nuclear missiles burning up America and different parts of the earth, and the rulership of Israel, the Israelites gonna be reigning, once the smoke clears, So with that, I ain't gonna make this too long. I just want to go into that. So again, like all praise to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua Ba'Hashem Kakadash, to the apostles, elders, to the Sissit Akim brothers, to the few Akawaf sisters that do listen. Keep the faith in Yahushua. Keep fighting with that. Say shalom.